Hey team, welcome back to my channel. In this video, we're going to convert the IP address to decimal, hexadecimal, octal, and binary. Please stick around. This is a great video and a lot of good learning. Okay team, we just loaded up the IDLE shell in Python. Then what we're going to do is we're going to type in a small program that converts an IP address to hexadecimal, decimal, binary, and octal. All right, sounds fun. All right, let's do this. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to come in here and do our IP address. And this is a standard loopback address, and then we can say print open quote IPA, and then let's run that. And then notice that it prints it out. So far, so good. And then what I want to do is I want to split these individual elements into their own array buckets. So there's a very consistent thing almost across all languages. It's called split. And then this is my separator, and I'm going to separate it by the dot. Now, once I get it into parts, I can either print them out like print parts sub 0, all the way down to 4, or I can do a little for loop. And the for seems like it's a little bit easier to use. For part in parts, end it with a colon, come over 4 spaces, and then print part. So let's see what that looks like. So this first one, let's comment that out, because you see after I did my split, then I printed 1, 2, 3, 4. So this right here, this is just showing you how to do it. And this is looping over. Let's run that again so you can see. All right, so now we got them in there. Let's put a little break between these two. Okay, so now we've broken those down, and now the goal is I want to print this value using the format command into each of its types. So the first thing we can do is like make a little header, which is sweet. So print, and then print a header. Let's see what that looks like. All right, and now I'm actually going to print all the values for each of these sub-i's. So what does that look like? So I'm going to do this for again, and then notice I'm just working at part. I'm going to print out in decimal, D, hexadecimal, binary, and octal. Okay, so we need to learn some things here. So I'm using the format command, and the first thing I'm doing is I'm taking that part and I'm converting it to an integer. And then this integer, I'm saying, hey, let's format this integer as a decimal. Then I'm saying, let's format it as hexadecimal. In hexadecimal, I can either go uppercase or lowercase. This is uppercase. I'll do this again and we'll do it in lowercase. And then here I'm doing in binary. And binary, because it's only a 1 or 0, this can only ever be B. It can't be capital B, or you'll get a big error. And this is octal, O for octal. Let's run this and see what happens. And notice here we got the capital F. If I come over here and say little x, notice it does makes a little f. Okay, so you see what that does. Now you might not be believing me about this B, so let me do capital B and let's go kaboom real fast. I just hate getting errors in my code. Okay, so we have to live with that, unfortunately, because that's part of the programming. So little b, let's run that again. Okay, all right, we're back to good code. Now let's put another little spacer after that so we can not collide. Now what I want to do is I want to take this number and I want to put all those hex together into one pattern. We would do something like this. So that's going to be my output, but now I'm just going to build a simple string on that. Cool. So notice here, I'm using the parts. Now I could have also done this, and maybe we'll do that in the next pass. We'll do 2 format strings here. And notice, let's go ahead and run this. Run. And notice now that I've got my output hexadecimal. So now let's use the for loop on this and change that up a little bit. So notice that I'm going to prefix H2 with 0x. X means hexadecimal. And let's put these on top. That's kind of dumb. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to do a for loop. And notice that I'm going to plus equal. So that's concatenate the part with this hex. So I'm going to keep building hex 2. But notice that I prefixed it with 0x. And then I print hex 2 here. Now notice above, I kind of did it the long way. Here I used some technology. So let's see this execute. Format. How about we say something here? Print hex 2 using a for loop. Run this little Jesse. And now we have the same value. And we just did a little cleaner. Now this is clean too, and this works. I would never criticize you for doing this. But sometimes there's easier paths to get stuff done. And now that we have that hex number, we are down 1, so I've done the hex for you. Now, why don't we convert this hex number into a decimal number. So why don't we give me another little break. And print in decimal. And we're not going to, we don't need any of that mess. So what do we say here? So it's kind of easy. And what we're going to say is we're going to say print that hex number, the int of that hex number. Pretty much everything has to run through int. So what do we call that? Hex 2. And then we have to do something a little bit tricky with this int command. We're going to say that this input is base 16. Now that's telling this int function, hey, this input is base 16. And then this int is actually just going to print a number out for us. So let's run that. And notice that we got the 2,130,706,433. That's what that IP address is. That's what number that is. Remember, this is just a 4-byte number. The largest 4-byte number is a little over 4 billion, if you do figure that out. So we're kind of like halfway there on the largest number that an integer, a 4-byte integer can do. So let me see, we did hex, we did decimal, and now let's do binary. Now how would you do binary? So binary is just another part of this, and we can either go all long school out, or we can do something fancy with a for loop. Let's go all long school. So the first thing we can say is binary numbers, print format that. So you know this is going to work because I'm working through my numbers. Let's go ahead and print that out for you. Print binary number. And you'll notice that this never started with 0B, so I have to put that in there, 0B, and then I close that off, and then binary number. And let's skip a little header. And binary. And then let's run this. And notice that's in binary mode. And then to make sure this is going to be a legit binary mode, we have to make sure this is at least 32. The length is 32. So you can say len, and that is 32. Okay, cool. So that is a good binary number. Now, do we need to do this? I think so. Let's do this real fast. So how do we do that? Well, let's just come up here and take these lines of code. It's just a pattern. We're just pattern programmers, and we're going to say, okay, you got to be a B, right? And then, do I have to say, what do I say here? Well, I just come up here and look, 08B, right? So 0, 8, and the little b. So I'm going to be taking that part, and I'm going to be keep doing this. So we're going to call this right here bin2, and then I'm going to be plus equal, concatenating this, and then next thing you know, I have this binary number, right? So let's take this label again. Let's put it out 2 lines, and then take this again, using for loop, and this is called bin2. You're starting to see it now. I mean, this is pretty powerful, you know, and so forth. Let's run this little puppy. And there it is with the for loop. This is the, oh, look at this. This right here. Didn't need this one. That's a little error. Why is this an error? Well, we started it off here. We don't need this again. That was a rookie error. And then let's run this again. And then notice, you know, my stuff is all cleaned up. Okay, so what do we got? We got hex, we have decimal, we have binary. So our last one is to do octal. And octal is kind of just like this decimal. I mean, it's not tough at all. So how are we going to figure that out? So let's just put this in here. And all right, so it's going to be base 8, right? So I'm going to take that number, that hex number that we did up there. We can say hex 2. We can say whatever we want. And then base 16. And then I'm going to print it as octal. Let's see what this goes. Run it. Save it. And you have your octal. Now what I like to do is, you know, it's great that I converted all these, but I don't want to show this to the boss man until I'm sure all this works correctly. So the first thing we can do is we can say, show that to me in int. Take this number and make sure that it goes back to this number. How do I do that? So I would say int that. Okay, does that equal that? Yes. Okay. Now, how about the hex of that number? Oh, we don't need int again. Come on. Now, so now I'm taking octal and I'm running it through this hex function, and that should also give me this value. Okay, cool. And then how about if I take the bin of this octal and see if I can get back to this long pattern. Okay, nice. All right, so I think we're all good. How about let's do the last one. How about the int of this long binary pattern? Okay, How do you call that? Yeah, okay. All right, team, you got it. And that's how you go from from IP address to decimal, hexadecimal, binary, and octal. Hey team, thanks for hanging in there. This was an exciting video. Now, we all know what an IP address is, and hopefully we have some programming experience and we understand what hex looks like and binary looks like. But learning a new language like Python, there are some difficulties and you just have to work through them. When I first started this app, I started up in interactive mode and I learned the hex, octal, the binary, the int. I learned how to do that parsing. I saw the int had not only its input, but its base. And all of those things just keep adding to things that I know. Using the for loop, very, very simple, kept it simple. But like at each point, we make things a little bit more complicated. One of the rules, guidelines of Pythons is keep it simple. And you should always strive to keep it simple. And then when you can keep it simple, it's easy to teach and people will understand it. And there you have it. And that's the end of this video. Hope to see you back in my next video. If you would, thumbs up, leave a comment, and of course, subscribe to my channel if you'd like to follow more videos from me. Adios, amigos.